Oh, hi there. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be talking about the first step of Imalexx being a piece of shit. All these are alleged at the moment. The videos are very, very damning, but we've got to go through all of this, talk about it, wait for Alex to drop his response. But again, these are all allegations right now. So yeah, let's kind of talk about this. I wanted to make a video on this as soon as I saw everything and read through everything. But I was away, so I couldn't really do it. But we're going to cover this. I think this is going to be multiple videos. This is the place to start if you've not seen anything about it. So first off, don't go harass anyone. Please don't. That's not what we want. It's not the cool thing to do. So do not harass anyone whatsoever. From what other people have been talking about Alex is the type of person to put on a face that he wants to, be the person to respect women, to never say anything bad about them, to being the person that they go to, etc., so that he can call out other people. But from what we normally see from creators being their true selves, sometimes that mask completely slipped, and Alex literally just ripped the mask off, threw it across the room and said, fuck this, we ain't going to be doing this. And the way that he has treated Alice is absolutely fucking horrible. From what I've heard about from other people, Alex is the type of person that on the outside says he respects women. He would never say horrible things about them whatsoever, and he would always be on the side to respect them. But from what we've seen, this isn't the case. For Alex, that is all his public image. But deep down, from when you hear what he is about to talk about in this video, you'll have a different view of him, because he is a massive prick and he doesn't respect anyone bar himself and the money that he makes off giving a false pretense of the, hey, I'm a nice guy. I'm going to say this now in case I forget, but to me, Alex always looks like the sort of person that, if you're at a bar and his girlfriend, smiles and like says hi or something, and you have no contact with her whatsoever, he would see this, come up to you and be in your face and be like, hey guys, hi, how are you? I saw you saying hi to my girl, so what's going on here? Why are you doing that? It's not very cool. Don't talk to her. And then he would be in your face all the time, all night, trying to cause problems, calling you out, everything, walking by you, hitting your shoulder, you'd be, oh, sorry, mate, didn't see you there. And then he would try and laugh in your face. But this is how I see this like waste of space all the fucking time. So for me personally, I stopped watching him years ago because after I heard a few things, I generally just didn't want to support him. I looked at him and I was just like, yeah, you had some very good points way back in the day. But he soon became annoying to me and I just was like, I'm out. And especially now for all this, he's a fucking cunt. Anyway, let's start at the very beginning. Now, I'm not going to read every single one of the text messages. There will be a few that I will stop to read at times, but I will link everything down below in the description and the top pinned comment. So let's talk about it. Let's just jump into it. Let's go. Trigger warning: mentions of sexual assault, SA, suicide, depression, and assault. This is a sensitive subject for me, as I have struggled to figure out how to put it into words. I have been threatened by Alex to not come out with anything at all and to keep quiet, or he will create a contracting story to discredit my own, but I'm not scared anymore. No matter what is said in response to the statement, I know I've said my piece and can move on with my life. I made this document as a compliment, I can't even say that word, of my experiences whilst being with Alex, and have put screenshots of these accounts under the corresponding paragraphs. This will be a long one, as I want to start from the beginning so you can understand the full story and a heavy burden this has been on me. We have known of each other for years before we interacted, and we were seeing each other for a few months before anything was official. We started officially dating on March 17th, 2023, giving each other 100% of our attention, time, and effort with no arguments. After that, time passed and small things became huge issues, which were over Discord at first. Alex felt that because I am home all day and work from home, that I would be able to call 24/7 and completely shut out any other social interactions I have with my friends. To avoid that, I invited him into my groups and stopped working as much. These small arguments worsened to the point where he would turn on his camera and start shouting at me on call. He's gone so far to tell me to self-harm at this point after I told him about my history prior. This would be accomplished with multiple horrible messages calling me a whore, a bitch, and slimy. He would also tell me that I caused arguments as an excuse for me to leave him, saying, I don't know how I ended up with someone like you. But obviously from that, it doesn't start painting a very good picture. It's kind of the calm before the storm. But again, if you're working from home and you're doing this and your partner knows, regardless, they sometimes can't take your calls, a text, fine. But again, Alex probably just thought, attention, give me all the attention. So from this first one, you can see right here, it is just definitely just what he's saying is like, you kind of think why. You probably would start say, like, call them out and be like, hey, can you stop calling me like a retard and stuff? Like, you kind of think when you hear him say like you text like an R, you generally would kind of think, hang on, stop. I'm sure he's probably called out other people for saying this to women and being like, man, that's not cool or whatever. So you just kind of feel like it's weird. Like, why? But again, this to me is pretty much him starting his kind of descent, like taking off that mask straight away. When I read this one, funny man, I just said, I understand you. And you said you hate me and goodbye. Have a good day, man. When you see this particular thing, this to me just shows that he is so fucking unbearable to like be around. Why would you even speak to someone like this? At this point, if my partner spoke to me like this, I'd be like, nah, we're done. But Alex here is just being such a bellend. Why would you do this? Like, it just feels that you don't want a relationship whatsoever and you just want someone to fucking have a go at. And here you can see that Alex is being a massive prick. Again, classic Alex right there. Him going like, I don't even want to go out with you. What the fuck is wrong with you? Fuck that. Why the fuck are you being horrible? Then I tried cheering you up. You said I'm annoying. Chill out. Like, literally, fuck off. K Knight, you annoying cunt. I turned off my cam. Don't enjoy talking to you. What the fuck? Stop being horrible. Horrible? I'm being dead truthful. You can't stop insulting me. One good day, you go home. Truthfully? Okay, fine. Ruin it. Goodbye. Good night, man. Like, just there, like, you don't speak to your fucking partner like that whatsoever. After screaming at me in calls and disregarding everything I have ever said, he would explain how it's always my fault and that I should apologize, that I should fix it and fight for him after he made it worse by completely dehumanizing and degrading me. I would get breakup threats because I interacted with my followers' tweet, which I would then apologize for after he made it very clear he was upset, but demands more from me. This would be followed by him continuing to call me a bitch and threatening, I'm going to refollow everyone I unfollowed you for. If you're going to be like that, which, by the way, I found out later, he was still interacting with many people he had old relations with and found him stalking his ex with her old nudes in his phone. How can someone fight for you when you're allegedly doing is just having a go at them and doing this? Sending breakup threats is shit, to be fair. It's like, it's to be honest, it's fucking shit. If you're going to do it, then do it. Don't be a pussy. But clearly he is. Like, if you don't want to be with them, fucking break up with them. It's not the hardest thing in the world. Why would you even have a go at someone for replying back to their followers? That to me shows that Alex is really insecure about himself. The whole thing of having old nudes of your ex in your phone is horrible and shows you have no respect for your partner. This also shows that you are not ready to move on and actually be in a proper relationship, for fuck's sake. Now, one thing I see in this tweet is this. This is the one that I generally thought, why the fuck are you being like this? And it goes, I'm done with your stupid ass. It is so fucking weird. Alex responds, that you pissed me off and you now mad. Alex responds with, that you will die for liking that tweet. Alice responds, no, question mark, I won't. That's not it, ha ha ha. I don't care about that. I apologize for that. And Alex responds with, I'm going to go refollow all the people I unfollowed for you. If you're going to be like that, then I can be like that. Alice responds, Kate, you keep calling me shit. I'm done. Go follow them. Bye. Alex responds with, how do you not understand? I hate your, and how even now you are purposely being so dense. Because I know you know I'm right. You're just going to be difficult on purpose because it's what you've done. I don't know why you made everything hard. You literally can't sit here and roll over on something so tiny. Alice responds, I did. I said sorry. Wasn't that got us here? Now, I'm going to probably make some mistakes when reading some of this because it's going to be hard to edit out. But yeah, like all these like multiple messages, paragraphs, fucking paragraphs. It continues. I'm going to link all the horrible messages that have been sent to me. They consist of him calling me unlovable, whore, psycho, consistently calls me sick, telling me he doesn't want to be with me, breaks up with me, then takes it back. And then after all these arguments, he apologizes and love bombs me for forgiveness. For context, in regards to me, I have depression, and he made it severely worse when he would insult me and make me feel like he doesn't care or love me. I found it hard to stay happy every day dating someone who said these things so easily to me, feeling no remorse or guilt. He just flew past the days like nothing ever happened. This was immensely draining on my side. I don't know if this is just a me thing. So I've been scared to talk about this because I'm worried I won't be easily understood. People will question why I even stayed, and believe me, I wish I could turn back time, but I believed his lies. And when he apologized to me, I really tried to believe he would stop going so far if I asked him to. I thought I was good enough for him to stop calling me a whore or tell me to die or threaten to leave in every argument. So before I get up to the Discord messages, going over this, when I see stuff here saying like, I don't like you, I hate you, why the fuck are you even with her in the first place? Like, that to me is fucking stupid. Like, why would you even decide to be with someone if you can't stand them or something? Is it just because you don't want to be alone, or you think that you can control people? And literally, when I hear him later on in this video talking about the stuff from his own words, makes me think that he just wants someone to do what he says regardless. When I say I changed, this was because Alex had a very big issue with me when I sounded sad. If I woke up upset after I explained to him that I'm depressed, I had to calmly approach him and watch my tone when I couldn't even get out of bed. I ended up hanging up if he reacts badly and screams at me because I'm fed up with the abuse, screaming, and I'm tired. Again, if your partner has severe depression, you don't end up screaming at them because you don't like it. You're there for your partner. You talk to your partner. But all I see from this is Alex just absolutely just can't stand it. Man, like all these allegations are just like so fucking crazy. It's when I see stuff like, fuck off, I can't believe I literally conceded because it's fucking pointless, but it's not good enough, then fuck you and fuck off, weird girl. Like, what the fucking hell is up with you, man? When I see stuff like this, like when she says, give me space, please, and like, you know, he's blocked her, and it's something like, yo, you're single, like properly, I'm done. And it's like, I wanted 10 minutes. What the fuck? Like, when you want space and your partner just literally is in your face constantly, you're instantly gonna be like, what the fuck? But why would you just literally go, you are single, like properly, I'm done? It's just like, Alex, you're such a fucking dickhead. With some of the messages just before the discard, like, Alex is so fucking horrible. We've seen them. You know, you've seen them if you've got the document. From what I can see from this is that he just wants someone really submissive and doesn't want to have any pushback whatsoever. Anyone that stands up for themselves, he can't take it. It kind of reminds me that he wants a girl who won't say no to him. Like, no one would literally speak to their partner like this. I get heated arguments at times, but the way that he's messaging Alice is just so fucking horrible. I feel like since he's not getting the yes moment, he's just trying to break her down so she will do what he says and anything after that. I've seen this behavior in people before, and this is when you cut ties completely from them. Especially when you see stuff like this, when Alex just goes like, okay, fuck off then, die. And then Alice is like, hey, I'm going to talk about this. It's like, no, die. And no matter what she says, he just says the same thing. That to me is just like, it's like you're 5 years old and you're trying to have a conversation and they ask why. It doesn't work. And for a grown man to fucking go on like this just shows how much of a prick that he is. Just stuff like this. Like, sorry, I said to leave the game. Good night, stupid woman. I don't want you. Go away. I want to be alone. Like, I'd just be like, fuck off, Alex. Like, fuck off. You have other things here of Alex going, I don't have the energy, which Alice responds, I said, what bit? Alex goes, you clearly have. You win. Alice, the bit where you told me to KMS, the bit where you said you don't want me, the bit where you call me a dumb whore. what not? But bit, what bit? Alex responds, boring, I quit, this, you win. Alice says, I said thanks. Alex, fuck off. I said thanks, suck yourself. You're a difficult little bitch. Alice goes, you're a cunt. Alex responds, maybe you should have shut your fucking mouth. Alice responds, thanks for apologizing. No, I'm good. Alex, I don't mean it. Alice responds with, wicked. And then obviously we see Alex is typing. Alex goes, you don't deserve it. Alice says bye. Now, I don't know if this next part here, when Alex is like, I love you, idiot, please though, give me an easy ride. Alice just says, the easiest. Alex responds, fuck, I feel dreadful. Alice goes, are you okay? Dumb question, just thought I'd ask. Sorry. And then Alex responds, because of the weather. I don't care about earlier. Now, this to me, when I started seeing this, I generally thought that there was going to be more like love bombing, you know, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. But we don't see that. And it just shows that Alex goes from one extreme to the other. And then we get this whole thing again where he's like, so done, no, it's over. We're over. I hate talking to you, no understanding at all. And it just feels like whatever she said or something like that, or how to go with him, he's like going to one extreme, which is fucking shit, where he goes like, let's break up. No, I want to break up. I don't love you. I want to break up. I want to be single so I can deal with my stuff alone. I was trying to get all of this done before I went out. That to me, again, would be, all right, we're done. We're not a thing anymore. We are completely and utterly done. But again, he just keeps going into like, you're a delusional bitch. Fuck off. You make this up. Go away, psycho. You're the craziest woman I've met generally. I'd rather just leave it for the peace of mind. No, it's cool. Yeah, generally without everything going on. And it feels like no matter what Alice says, he is instantly going like, fuck off. I hate you. So it just like points out to me, is like, why do you want to be in a relationship with someone if you're just constantly going to berate them, belittle them, and just have a go at them? So it carries on. I changed myself by suppressing my emotions, and that I was not upset over previous arguments, because he would get angry and tell me to get over it. He would tell me I said sorry so you would shut up. These are one-sided, narcissistic arguments, telling me my feelings mean nothing and that they are based on wank. But when he is upset, I get spammed in my messages and 100 insults until I say sorry. No matter who was at fault, he would then tell me he can change my life forever, that I needed him and that I am nothing without him. And what he does for me, he took out his anger from his friends on telling me I can't do anything I want alone without any of you. And I've seen that behavior. I fucking have. And it's fucking horrible. Like, once you're in this sort of narcissistic relationship with someone, regardless of what it is, yeah, it can be really hard to get out there. But it's until something pushes you over the edge that you see it, that you go, fuck, I'm not being in this. And what Alex is doing is just fucking horrible, and he really needs to fucking chill out to the point where he needs actual help. Now, this is where I see him as a snake oil salesman, someone that will promise you everything, but then doesn't deliver. And he goes, Alex, and what I will do for you, just take it for granted. I could change. Alice responds, I don't at all. Alex goes, your life? Alice responds, I don't want you to. And Alex responds with, forever. Again, why don't you fucking put these in paragraphs rather than just constant messages? It's fucking weird. I just want you to be in it, Alice says. Alex responds, you couldn't do that for me. I can do everything I want alone without any of you, and frankly, because you haven't done what I do. Alice responds, I wouldn't. Alex says, it's so easy to sit there like everyone else and cry about it being mean. Alice responds, okay. Alex goes, when you're a jobless freak, imagine trying to teach retards like you and my mate how to do this. Alice responds, I have a job. Alex responds, it's fucking annoying. You don't. And Alice responds, I'm contracted. I have a job. Alex responds, no, you don't, man. What the actual fuck? If this is the case, then Alex, you don't have a job either. You make videos on the internet. That's all you do. You don't have a proper job whatsoever. And yeah, you probably get paid quite a bit. But if that's the case, So does Alice. Alice gets paid whatever her wages or whatever. But so if you're going to turn around and be like, oh, fuck this, you don't have a job. You don't have a job either, Alex. Whatever you say, just fuck off. Work-related arguments would be weekly, nearly daily, if I showed signs of me being sad over something he said to me. You should be fucking grateful that as someone with the expertise I actually have tried to talk to you and something like that. Like, I'm going to cut in here. But the fact is, you can get any of this information from anyone on the fucking internet, Alex. It's not like you have just created this thing. Like, just fuck off. This was him talking about whatever I wanted to stream or make YouTube videos. If the conversation didn't go his way, or I said I didn't want to do a certain thing, he would blow up and get upset because I wouldn't do it in his way, then continue to belittle me. I would always tell him I'm not with him for work talk. I don't care how much you can help me if this is all you're going to do to cause arguments. I don't care how successful I can be. He pushed it on me to take his knowledge and make videos with him when all I want is my boyfriend. I only ever wanted something personal and genuine, and I never got that. And that's, again, like when I heard that, I generally thought that all Alex wants in this is just a YouTube girlfriend so that he can like hold it over people and be like, my girlfriend's like as big as so-and-so, and that he could brag, or that he could be like that, or like more content could be the fact that she's in another room and doing the same thing and it cuts back and whatever. But at the end of the day, if your partner doesn't want to do certain things, don't fucking push them into it. All the people that I've ever dated, I have never said, oh man, you should be a YouTube creator, you should do this. And I've never pushed them down whatever path. If they want to do it, absolutely fine. If they don't, that's absolutely fine. At the end of the day, it's what they want to do. Like, they probably wouldn't want me to be in their line of work. It's just a big fucking thing that Alex really can't get into his mind whatsoever. And you can see that it carries on a little bit when Alex is just saying like, oh, fuck off, like you should be fucking grateful, someone with the expertise that I have. It's just like, what the fuck, Alex? Like, anyone can fucking do this. Alex says, I was always telling you how I've always wanted to do it. Alex responds, cherry pick my words. Alex responds, I was saying whatever I know you or not, like it's a dream of mine. Alex responds, you know what I was ducking, saying, idiot, shut the fuck up. Alex responds, okay. And then Alex goes, you know what I meant. Alex responds, good night. So then Alex just fucking says, so KYS, please. What the, like, literally, why the fuck would you say that to your partner? Like, this is fucking horrible. He carries on with, I'm going anyway, so come with me. I guess I don't care. You're a shit girlfriend. Generally bad at it. And like every single time I can hear his voice in these messages, like he's trying to say it to some YouTuber that he's making a video on. And he carries on. Alice goes, I meant in a sense of doing this 100%, no stopping me. Alex responds, emotional level of a fucking brick. Well, that's going to come up later. Just say yes, you dumb whore. Thumbs up. You're thick, man. And Alice responds, you're a bad boyfriend, calling me a bitch and insulting me every time you get slightly upset. And he responds with good night. So how is it the fact that you can go after her, like berate her and stuff, and yet if she gives a little bit of pushback, you instantly like are a fucking pussy coward? And this is one thing that I am pretty much sure I've heard more people turn around and say that Alex has like had a go at people using the N-word and stuff like this. Like, why? Like, if you're using it in this term, why the fuck are you even using it? Like, why? Is it something that you want to sound hard? Because I guarantee you would fold faster than anything. So it continues. I know, says Alice. Alex changes nothing. Alice, I haven't made anything up, okay? Alex, you were being a cunt. Alice responds, I'm sorry, yes? Alex says, adding 2 words in. Alice, yes. Alex, makes no difference. Alice, okay. And then Alex says the N-word, and then handshake emoji. I have no idea why that is. And then carries on with too little, too late. Alice says, I'm sorry, always is too late. Alex responds, just answer the ducking question straight away, surely. which then like pretty much is just the nonsense after this. Like, I have no idea what he is like doing with this. This to me is just fucking horrible. How dare you use the N-word, Alex? You fucking piece of trash. You fucking dickhead. Again, like, why are you even using the N-word? Like, again, why? Like, it just makes no, like, absolutely no sense. And Logan Paul was shit, and we were shit, but we learned. Alex responds, yeah. Alex goes, tired. I don't even know why I'm explaining teabag. Just hate people making it seem like what I'm doing is actually rude, like kill yourself. I just told you how to make 6 figures, so fuck off. It's annoying. And Alice goes, I understand. Now it does cut off and says, imagine telling people how to make 6 figures on and 3. Like, at the end of the day, your work ethic isn't going to like work with someone else. Like, they could be completely different. But the fact that is, you're just calling her the N-word. You're then turning around and saying to like end it and stuff like that just shows what an absolute piece of shit you are, Alex. Like, you are 100% a fucking cunt. He told me, you're like everyone else, stupid fucking idiots who think they know better than the only man who has successfully done it all. She says, I said I wanted to stream on Twitch, and he gave me reasons why it wouldn't work and reasons not to. I got sad because I was planning so much, set up my channel, went to him all happy about doing my own thing, and he devalued it and called me small-brained. Like, this shows exactly what Alex's like fucking common sense is. You know, if you don't listen to me, you're gonna fail. Yet again, just, you know, you react to fucking TikToks with memeless. Like, what? So yeah, you may make a lot of money. This to me is just so fucking brain dead of him thinking that he is this huge, massive, like big shot and stuff. But yet literally for years, people have called you out. People know exactly what you're like, and you are a fucking cunt, Alex. You're meant to be like, oh man, that's amazing. Like, this is great. And then give her help. And the fact is, with your 2 million or less than 2 million followers now, you easily could have signal boosted her and said like, hey guys, like, you know, go help her out, you know, go watch her, and then like built this up so you could have this dream woman of streaming whatever. But what you've done now is just opened up everything to show that you are a cunt. And that is it. You, Alex, are a fucking cunt. Alex would tell me he meant it when he said these horrible things to me, but would tell me he didn't mean it after he had calmed down. He told me to shut up and kill yourself after I told him it was a dream of mine to expand into other platforms. He called me the N-word after. I've said I'm sorry about the situation. I said sorry for telling him my goals and dreams, and he belittled them all, trying to control of what I wanted to do. When I got sad, he got angry. You could have listened to the master plan for free, he said. He would tell me to die constantly, told me that he didn't want me and that he could easily replace me. Just hearing that right there, to me, she's not a shop worker. She's not someone that you can put out an advertisement for and then get someone to apply with a CV, Alex. Like, saying that to someone is so fucking nasty. Like, what the fuck? Like, she can do way better than you absolute cunt. At this point in time, I have broken down to his level. I end up calling him when he is, and I lose all sense of reality. Because how can this be real? This can't be real. He can't mean any of this and still love bomb me and stay with me, right? At this point, I'm so scared of starting any arguments. So I say sorry extensively. After telling me he isn't mad at me anymore, he ends up telling me that we are over and starting over again and again. Another argument about content creation, he goes, it's easy to sit there like everyone else and cry about it when you're a jobless freak. Imagine trying to teach retards like you and my mates how to do this. I would reply explaining how he was rude and that I got offended. He goes on to say, N-word, that's the truth, and kill yourself. I told you how to make 6 figures, so fuck off. I told him how I didn't think I'm not good enough to do it, but he would just insult me more. And again, that's just relation to what we've seen. We ended up going on holiday together in Italy in July, and an argument came about when he was watching a video about a girl being hypersexual after trauma. I opened up to him and my SA and the trauma that I have been through myself. In response to this, he tells me he doesn't want to know what has been done to me by other guys, and I ended up leaving into another room crying. He threatened to leave me and get a flight back on his own. Taking into account this was my third time abroad, and he knew it would make me very upset and scared. Like, he knew I needed him there with me. Bringing up the weird shit on your first holiday, you ruin every moment. I have no fond memories with you. I spoke about something I went through and the trauma, opening up to him about my experience with SA, and this is how he responded. Like, holy shit, Alex, like, what the actual fuck? Again, there are probably videos on your channel where you've talked about SA on people and called that person doing it all the names under the sun. But then to go on after your girlfriend that you don't want to know. If my partner opened up about stuff like this, I would sit and listen and support them like any fucking human being. Even if it was like my friends doing it, I would be there for them to listen to them and actually help and support them. But the fact that when I read this, it makes me fucking angry, Alex. Like, generally, you are a fucking piece of scum that does not want to help. Like, if you make any video on your channel about an SA survivor or anything like that, and you're like, oh man, like, I'd be there, like, blah, blah, blah. You weren't even there for your partner. So don't fucking make those sorts of videos. Like, fucking stick to your TikTok reaction videos. Just go fuck yourself. You're an annoying piece of shit. All this means is no matter what you talk about SA in the future, you don't give a flying shit. You're completely and utterly not interested. You don't have any remorse for them. Just, you're a piece of shit, Alex. You're a fucking piece of shit. You fucking bellend. And you can see from the Discord, it's literally there. This is what fucking annoys me as well. Alex continues. He ended up cancelling coming to see me on my birthday, or forgot it, and went to see Star Wars with his friend instead of seeing me. When I told him it was my birthday, he ended up going out after the movie to grab a gift and eventually come to my place at midnight. I spent the whole day waiting for him. He invalidates my feelings after I said I got upset, tried to justify it by hanging out properly before my birthday came. Alex goes, let's hang out today. Alex goes, I'd love to. Alex, I can only come over super late on Monday, by the way. Alex goes, how come? Alex responds, Star Wars event at 7. You don't go and see Star Wars on your partner's birthday, not unless you're taking them with you. Alex, Star Wars can fucking wait. Star Wars, you can see the next day. If it's a big YouTube event that you're going to see it, like a red carpet, you turn around and say, can I bring my partner? And it's an experience that they can like be like, oh wow, this is really cool. But for you to just go off with your mate and be like, oh, I'll be back later, and then you're coming over at midnight or whatever, just shows how much that you don't care and that you only think about yourself. And that to me shows that you're just a fucking horrible person. Star Wars isn't that great at the moment, and yet you would rather spend it with your friend and not actually spend it with them. Like, you know, your partner, it's just fucking weird. I hope that was good and you enjoyed that, Alex, because literally if any person sees this, any future girlfriend of yours, they're just going to be like, go fuck yourself. Now, the only reason why this really annoys me is because this stuff has happened to me before over my life, where people go like, oh, I'm going to turn up later, or I'm going to come over much later and see you. It is a fucking infuriating thing. And especially if you're waiting for your partner to come around or a friend or whatever, and they don't turn up, or they don't even give you any information. It's one of the worst things, because you then plan your entire day either around them going, oh man, like they're going to turn up at this time, and then they don't. It's fucking annoying, and especially on a birthday. She could have gone out with a friend. She could have done something else, but no, you decided to fucking be like, no, I can't be bothered to see my girlfriend, but it has to be really late, and I got her I bet you stopped off a fucking petrol station to get like a shitty present and be like, oh babe, sorry, here you go. Like, fuck off, Alex. At this time, he was looking to move house, and I helped him. He assumed I was going to move in with him without asking me beforehand. I was brave enough to tell him I'm scared to move in with you because of how you treat me and insult me, and begged him to stop doing it and that he had to change. I end up calling him what he is and standing up for myself. No, it isn't pretty. All I've seen in this entire thread so far, and we're on page 37 of this right now, like all I've seen of this so far is you just going after her all the time and you not being a supportive boyfriend. Now, there could be like other messages where you are, but this light doesn't show that you care. And even if you did, this just shows that you only care about your fucking self. He is pretty much like a snake oil salesman. And again, like we have heard this all there. Like, literally, he's just a controlling piece of shit. He proceeds to tell me, die in a hole, you sad little cunt. After all I asked was for reassurance. Fuck our anniversary. I'll take someone else out next week. What? You're nothing without me. I don't want you. I put up with you. Please bury yourself in the fucking garden. Die. Just die in a fucking hole, you dumb cunt. I called him abusive and he then calls me a melt. I have no idea what a melt is. I told him I was going to bed, having not had any previous argument, and this stated as a clash because I said in a bad tone, he goes, I'm going to fucking kill you. I'm going to break your neck. Why? Why are you doing this? Why would you say fuck your anniversary and take someone else out? What are you going to do? You're a dickhead, Alex. And this really annoys me. Like, literally, this is how it leads up. Alex, that's on you. Alice, I said I'm going to bed. Those words exactly. Alex, how did you say it, you thick cunt? Alice, I said I'm going to bed. Thanks. Oh, wait, is that it? Alex, stop pretending to be stupid. Alice, an insult. Welp. Alex, blocked. Alice, looks like my time is done. Bye. Because you're insulting me constantly. Dumbass, get a head check. Alex, because you decided to pretend I made it up. What the fuck? Alice, no. Made what up? Alex, oh my god. Alice, I admitted what I did. Alex, I'm going to fucking kill Toy. You. Alice, sorry for my tone. That's not abusive at all. Alex, I'm going to break your neck. Like, what the actual fuck? Like, that to me is fucking horrible as shit. Like, you don't fucking say that to a partner. You smug, arrogant motherfucker. Like, 100% you are a fucking horrible piece of garbage. Like, how anyone can date you after this, and believe me, we have 2 more stories, which we're going to see much later on. But how the fuck can you get away with this? Like, you fucking piece of shit, Alex. Again, this is over my tone for being low because I was previously sad. I had apologized over a call and it wasn't good enough. This shows that Alex has no regards for who he's with. Any video he makes trying to stick up for women, whoever they may be, just shows that they would be fake and he doesn't give a shit. He just wants that money to come in. And we won't be able to move past this if all these allegations are true. And I don't think we will until Alex comes out with his stuff, which will be very, very interesting. I reckon he's going to take his time trying to craft up these stories, probably use something fake to make these text messages. But Alice here has brought the receipts for all these allegations. So Alex then responds, I'm very sorry about yesterday, and I know I crossed the line when I was angry. It isn't the right thing to do. No matter how mad I am, I'm sorry I went that far. Alex, your apologies mean fuck all because you take them back so fucking quickly. So don't fucking be like this. Like, don't fucking try and get out of this because to me, you will always be this piece of shit that I've always known you to be. She responds, after that argument, the same month is when we moved in with each other. This is when things got more real for me and I decided to start noting things down, record and text my mum. And we should see the text messages with her mum. We had the worst arguments I've ever experienced with anyone, but after the move, it became even worse. On the 4th day of living together, on the 19th of October, he had taken it to the next level and got into a physical fight. It started a screaming argument where I begged him to leave me alone and just stop. I ended up trying to get away from him and he followed me. I went to walk downstairs. He grabbed me by the hood and pulled me back until I fell on the floor. He told me that I'm not getting away, so I got up and made a run for the bathroom. He gets in my way and grabs me, puts me in a headlock, covers my mouth because I'm screaming for him to get off me. I got into the bathroom, locked it behind me, and he screams from the other side, calling me crazy, telling me to leave the house after I've asked him to leave me alone. Alex, you are a nasty, vile piece of work. Like 100%. You are not a cunt. I don't care what you are. You are not human. You are just fucking horrible. How dare you lay your hands, pulling someone back so they get on the floor, hurting them. You are a nasty piece of work. Go fuck yourself. You put her in a headlock. You put your hand over her mouth so she would stop screaming. You are a nasty, fucking vile person. I hope you don't get your career back. And I hope that everybody sees this. If they don't see this video, that they see someone else's video, that they listen to what they have to say. Because you, trash goblin, can't ever make a video talking about anything like this again. Some of the days after the argument, he would scream in my face, telling me to kill myself multiple times in arguments over small things. He would walk away, then come back angry as if he couldn't leave without screaming, having me back down and be silent until I broke down. This evolved to the point where I would be shaking and scared for my life. Every time he came close or was in the same room as me whilst arguing, he still blamed me for our arguments and to get back at me with small petty things, like breaking my glasses without me knowing and throwing them away in the trash. He even helped me go look for them, pretending he was innocent until I finally suspected that he did indeed throw them away, and he laughed whilst admitting doing so, acting like it wasn't a big deal. I ended up feeling detached from reality because I woke up depressed daily. Some days I didn't want to be near him or to be intimate with him, and this would spark argument to get angry at me for still being upset over something he had done. I ended up feeling detached from reality because I woke up depressed daily. Some days I didn't want to be near him or be intimate with him, and this would spark arguments, and he would get angry at me for still being upset over something he had done a day or a few days before. I was so disgusted by him and his actions towards me. I don't want him to be even near my own cat, calling him his, and he wasn't, and making shitty jokes about taking my cat away. This would just end up in me picking Bear and leaving the room. He ended up being secretive over his phone to what I then discovered was him stalking his ex on social platforms. It had been years since they broke up and found her old not safe for work pictures he had kept of her. He said sorry and that was it. Imagine being this low that you would damage glasses and then be like, oh no, I didn't know. Like, this is all fucking shit. You're meant to be supporting your partner, and right now, if any girl is thinking about dating him, I hope they see all these videos, find out all the information and leave him. Alex needs serious help, and with all of this right now, he needs to address all of this and take time away from the internet, go speak to a lot of people to get his issues under control. I can see his video coming out and he will try and say stuff like, oh, I was in a dark place, I didn't know what I was doing, or something like that to make people forgive him. But with everything that we've seen so far, this doesn't look good for him, and he is just a massive cunt. The whole thing with the glasses, breaking them and then laughing and, you know, being like, oh, it's a prank, bro. It's like a prank. Like, why would you do that to someone? It just shows how much of a child he fucking is. The 28th of December was the day I decided to no longer put up with his behavior. I was getting the house ready for his parents to come over for dinner, as Alex did not clean or prepare anything. He must have thought I was angry at him because I was cleaning the kitchen. He was constantly asking me if anything is wrong. I tell him multiple times I'm fine and nothing is wrong. I just want to clean. He started shouting, getting hysterical, thinking I'm lying and that I'm pissed off. I say only a few words due to the fact that I was mentally drained and we had had these arguments. I barely said anything. He asks for the tasks he could do to help him panic. I tell him to wipe the sides of the kitchen counters, take out all the bins, etc. He starts screaming after I give him more than one task, telling me he can't handle more than one at a time. So after he overreacts, I start to walk away. On my way to the kitchen, he kicks me in the back and I turn and say nothing. This shows that Alex is a fucking child. If you know your parents are coming over, you have to clean, or then you start cleaning, you get things ready. But the fact is, you go to the shouting stage because you say you can't do more than one task, then grow the fuck up. You can go, cool, I'll wipe down the sides and then I'll take the bins out. It's not like you're going to wipe the counters with the fucking bins, Alex. It's not fucking hard, is it? Most of this is fucking easy and standard things, but it just feels like you don't want to do anything, that you want to get your partner to do everything. It's like someone has taken your toys and like you can't handle it, so you start screaming, you need to grow the fuck up. Also, fucking laying a hand, or in this case, a foot, is fucking disgusting as well. You've already started like the premise of hurting her and like actually pulling her back and then screaming at her. Like, what the actual fuck, you little fucking gremlin. At this point, it was the second time he'd hurt me and I was scared, so I text my friend to pick me up and started packing. He follows me around the house, screaming random things at me, trying to justify his actions for going too far. I recorded this because I was scared he would hit me again. I say nothing and I am panicking to the point where I am sweating from fear as he is following me, scaring me, calling me the N-word and useless, etc. After I left, I later picked up my things after he threatened to throw them outside, a 4K setup, and I found everything on the floor and taken apart. The keyboard was smashed and scattered everywhere. He claimed the keys had fallen off my keyboard when he was packing it all away. When I got home and plugged everything in, I found the monitor screens were both smashed to bits, the keyboard broken, and the camera too. And literally, you can see the pictures here. What an absolute fucking bellend, Alex. I've seen this behavior before where they think that they can continue to control you, but since they can't, they will come back and be like, oh sorry, say the magic words or phrases hoping that you will come back. This is horrible because it just shows that he doesn't give a shit. He will break everything to then be like, oh right, well fuck it, like, you know, I'm going to destroy this, so you have to start rebuilding it. Because these aren't just like simulated one punch where it's cracked it. He's hit it in multiple places, and keyboards don't just lose their keys straight away. You've literally picked it up and slammed it against the wall. You've damaged all of this stuff, and I'm surprised, I haven't seen this in here, that he hasn't gone, oh, I'll buy you all the stuff back. This shows that Alex can't control his anger, and if he's taking it out on her things, what could he do later on? He could go even further, and that's not right. I fucking hate Alex. You fucking goblin. Seeing all of this, it does remind me of the people that will go, oh, I'm so sorry, I had to hurt you, to make you know that you're okay. I didn't want to hurt you, but I had to show you the way. All this stuff that's happened to Alex is fucking horrible, and all these allegations I hope that Alex is going to address, because it's going to be a field day, because I'm going to fucking cover this, because we have tons of stuff. And even if he covers this while this is coming out, I'm still going to talk about it. I'm still going to go over this. I hate him. I think he's a fucking piece of trash. He's even lower than that. After I ended the relationship, he tried to manipulate me, telling me we just needed time and that he will change, and begged me to give him a chance to change and make things better. This went on for months. He kept doing this, then getting angry when I didn't give back the same energy. Of course I didn't, because I had come to the realization that I was abused, lost, and had no idea what to do at the time. He started doing little things he knew would get my attention and attempt to spark any conversation, like following exes or people we argued about. Girls he slept with and kept pictures of, started to try to get me back into the house, telling me he's put all the bins out and asking me to come over for dinner. He ended up arguing with me over situations with not wanting to give people time or attention. Of course I don't. I left him. He abused me. He couldn't accept this. I ended up blocking him, and he finds another social platform to message me on and argue. I blocked him, so he ended up messaging all my accounts, including the account that I made for my cat Bear, asking and begging for a phone call so he can move on. After everything he did, he was still thinking about himself and how he could make it better for him. I kept telling him I didn't want to call or meet him. Now he knows that if he does little things like to make a comeback, he goes, yeah, I've won, and smiles, and then just goes back to this routine later. But the one thing is, he knows that all of this has destroyed him. All that like fame, all that stuff that he's built up has now destroyed him, and he knows that he has to gain control for this narrative. Otherwise, people will see him in a bad light, and this will stick with him. No matter how long it goes on for, this will now stick with him. And again, you can see here exactly what he's doing. He knows that he can't control this, and he goes straight for it. And especially when he's like, here to apologize again, I'm sorry, are you up? I'm upset and I miss you, and I want everything to be normal. I will do everything I can to be back with you starting today. But why didn't that start when you knew that you saw that you were angry, that you first apologized when I'm not doing this again, Alex? You are fucking a piece of scum. And again, he's constantly messaging over and over just to literally be like, hey, I'm still here. I want to be in your life. And no, it's fucking not working. And you can tell. When he says here, okay, I want to say goodbye properly, I can move on. No, literally, he will try his way to worm into her life again so that he can continue this over and over again, and he won't change. He will change. If he does, he'll change for like, say, a month and then go back to this, and he won't see it. He'll just see it as a normal progressive thing. Alex needs help. he fucking needs to go see someone about all these anger issues. It's just fucking disgusting. And again, pause if you want to read these messages right here. And this one here too. Eventually he tells me I deserve better and gets all sorry for himself after he realizes I'm actually not coming back. He sends me apologies and owns up to everything he's ever done to me in voice notes and videos, crying while still begging me for a phone call so he can talk or move on. I don't and won't ever want to give him that. After I explained to him how he was abusive, he claimed I was abusive too and trying to spark a reaction, as afterwards saying, I'm joking and I didn't mean it like that. You didn't wrong me like I did you. I know that. He's constantly begging me to call him as he can apologize and wanted me to forgive him. He ended up sending things to my house like teddy bears and flowers, his hoodie that he'd sprayed heavily with his aftershaves, and when I read that, I guarantee it's like internet sensation. Like that's literally what I thought you would send. You know, gotta send the merch. His hoodie that had been sprayed heavily with aftershave and a letter to try and achieve this. He mentions, I wish you'd broken up with me to my face. I did when I walked out the door with my things after he kicked me. I mean, that's not like, and with that, you'd be kind of like, shit, she's actually just broken up with me. I don't know why you see like faces like this. It fucking annoys the shit out of me. It's like, what? Is it like, oh no, you're looking at me and oh shit. When people put photos like, I'm always watching you. So we can see that he's basically doing the whole thing of like, you know, he's going to try and make it up. Like, it's the same thing. Like, oh, sorry, I hurt you, babe. Like, I'm going to make it up to you. And then fucking goes back to what it is. So this is a big thing that he is trying to send a message in my eyes. When he's saying that he wants to go over and talk, she says no. He's in the taxi to deliver a onesie. Personally, I'd say burn it. You keep it. You do what I want. And the fact is that he just literally got a taxi, dropped it, knowing that he is still in the presence, like, I am outside your house right now. I know that you know I'm here, and then I'm going, and that's it. You don't do it. Like, what the fuck? It's to send a message, and that's not good. That is very creepy behavior. That's, again, showing a bit of danger. I just be like, don't come near my house. Here's a restraining order. Again, more sort of thing of like, you know, I want you to forgive me. I want you to do this. And it's just like, you know, he's trying to get back in her head and it's not working, and he knows it's not working, and he just can't really like let it go. He's lost control of the situation. He wants to get it back, and obviously it's not working. Now pause here if you want to read what she said to him. It's a long video already. It's easier if you just pause and then we can continue. So we have the first message like later on, which we'll play, which I'm guessing is this one. And it's like, also, I understand the crying isn't really acceptable, nor is it saying I love you. I should have left that out. It takes away from what's important, which is how I treated you. I didn't want not to reach out and apologize though. I didn't take responsibility for how I treated you, and I felt that wasn't right. Again, more classic behavior of, I want you back in my life so you'll listen to me so I can try and worm my way back into your life. And here, pause again, because it's pretty much the same sort of thing over and over again. He realizes he's lost control. He realizes that as this has now come out, that it's going to ruin him. So he's hoping that he could control it so it never happened again, so they could get back into a relationship. And again, pause for your reading pleasure. And again, read for your pleasure. It's fucking insane. As I was going over my script, when it says here, but tell me everything was a big misunderstanding. The way that Alex sees all of this was a big misunderstanding shows that he's not really thinking about the abuse that he put her through. He thinks it's all something like a small argument, but it's something so much more and bigger in the long run. All these allegations show that he's a child and that he hasn't got what he wants and he can't control things. Where he says about how he didn't work at the relationship because he thought it would be easy, to me shows he doesn't understand the basic concept of a relationship, and seeing how two more of his exes have come out to say something, that it shows he only cares about himself, and any relationship takes time. It takes work so both people can be happy, yet he is fucked in the head and thinks abuse is something fine and is part of the relationship. Pause at your reading on this, because fucking groveling. This was kind of interesting to me. The Polaroids are a very classic way of trying to get someone back. Show them a memory of how happy they were and what they were like, hoping that it triggers something inside you to go back. I've seen this happen before, and it's not a nice thing. But he's trying to manipulate her feelings, so she thinks of the good times and actually goes, maybe it was worth going back. Maybe I should give him a second chance. Either way, he's trying to get it back in the same way, or he's scared that something will come out, and yet now we are seeing all of this, as I said, firsthand, on what he is truly like. Obviously, when you all of this and you realize you're a terrible person, you would literally, and I mean literally, have stopped when the first time it happened and vow it would never happen again. Then read all of this if you want, pause the video, but we're carrying on. Now, this here shows again that he wanted to shut her up completely. And that, I think, is fucking horrible. I had to, Alex, I had to stop you somehow. Alice, goodbye. Alex, because you didn't talk to me. I told you to calm down. Alice, you put your hands on me because I was screaming. Maybe stop doing what you was doing. Alex, so I just said don't do it. Alice, fuck off. Alex, that's all I said. Alice, bye. Fucking excuses to do that. Asshole. Alex, that's not what I said. What the fuck? So again, you wanted her to stop. This is the thing where it could have gotten a lot worse. Imagine if she was screaming and he went even further and hurt her even badly or even worse. At the end of the day, if she says stop, or anyone says don't touch me, stop, you move back and that's it. You go, I'm done. I'm completely done. I'm so sorry. But I don't think that registers in Alex's head. And I feel like he thought that this was a perfect thing to do. Have a quick look at this one. But when he says like, I'm not going to post it, it means that he couldn't post anything like this because it would make him look bad. And again, we know how career ending all this is with all these allegations. So yeah, there's that. Now, here is the a note that Alex has written, and dear God, like, fucking hell. Like, I could read some of his writing, but some I couldn't. But if you read it, there we go. But there's one, and then there's two, I think. Yeah, this is number 2. Now, this is the Notes app, and this is everything that he's been doing, that he said to her and stuff, and we've seen it in all these text messages. You can see all the stuff that she's been keeping, and if these allegations are all true, then look at this one from October 19th. If this is true, then I can't understand or fathom why he would do this, and he should be ashamed of himself for what he has done. This is not okay. The entire document so far shows that this internet sensation is an internet cunt. Also, having to look for days for her glasses, and he's like, man, this was a prank. This is fucked up. Like 100% fucked up. Out of all my time on the internet, I've not seen something like this at all. And this just shows how evil Alex is. Like, it's fucking evil. Again, I mentioned about the glasses thing. And it's like during an argument, he broke my glasses and was silent about it until the following days. I asked him to help me look for my glasses and he would not help. He would sit on the couch on his phone. I turned around to him and said, wouldn't it be funny if you broke them and hid them from me? Then he suddenly started smiling and tells me that he did break them. Then he hid them from me from days later. Like, I imagine that he was on that couch on his phone and then kicking his legs going, it's so funny. It just shows you what an insufferable cunt this guy is. Okay, so we're almost near the end of this video. There's so much there, or halfway at least, I don't know. So she continues, there's so much more I could talk about, but I don't really want to relive it any longer. This was an awful toxic relationship. I should have left it for 2 months in knowing and finding out what kind of person he actually is. But that's what happens when a narcissist meets an empath. They feed off it. I had communicated my best, made him aware of what made me uncomfortable, and it wasn't listened to. In no way am I trying to make myself look as if I've never said anything mean. I went through months of this horrible treatment that words like this became normal from when arguments came about. Words hold no weight towards the end. I stooped down to his level and became reckless with my language to try and prove a point. This is how you treat me, so have it back. I was pushed to the point to react, and I'm so sad it got to the toxic point. But the extent of this went with him saying death threats and physical acts was too far. This consented to a lot of reactive abuse, and I lost myself. I understood he had his own mental health struggles, but it would and will never be excused the amount of trauma he put me through. He went into this with many issues already and had projected them onto me. He knows and admits to this. I want to also mention I know my mouth isn't clean. I swear for England in every sentence I speak, so I definitely gave it back at times, and when I got tired of being pushed over the edge, I feel it is necessary to add, you can only take so much of someone listening to you and telling you that they don't love you and that's why they hate you the whole time. you're together. When you're meant to be in love, it tears you apart and changes you. Since all of this happened and the public have speculated on their own from my vent posts and interactions, which I want to tell you is a cry for help, not attention, I've had threats of story manipulations from Alex, so want to clear these up before he gets to change. Before he gets a chance to try and victimize himself and disregard everything that he's done to me. I'm not afraid to own up to everything I've done because I've overreacted after the abuse was drilled into me. You can honestly see Alex, if he got wind of this, he would have made a video, he would have done it out sooner and said like all of it was her fault. She is a nasty person. She's done all the worst thing, so that he would get a leg up in this race. So he would be like, ha, not saying that this is a race, it's just a phrase, but the fact is that he would have spun the narrative that she did something, she was only with him because he was an internet sensation. And the fact is that nothing could work. Like, he was miserable the whole time. She pushed him over the edge. Again, all of this is allegations. I can't say that enough. We want to know what he says on his side. But at the moment, I'm more on her side because of all the evidence that we're seeing. And yet we've not even broken into the video. Again, I know that she said some words and she's turned around and said being in that environment, she thought these words were normal. Again, I feel like you can't really use that argument a lot, but her saying the N-word or having it in her phone book or something like that, for him, again, it's not excusable. She shouldn't be doing it. And I feel like now that you learn this, and again, I don't know why these people don't understand that the N-word and something like that is really, really bad and shouldn't be used at all. If you want to pause, guarantee I can't read it. My voice is slowly starting to give out now. When Alex goes private again, he's controlling the narrative. He knows this will ruin him, and rightfully so. If these allegations are true, he knows that every commentary channel, which they already have, people who dislike him, which they already have, will run with this and talk about it. And more people will come out about it. He knows he's fucked. 100% he's fucked. He knows he's switching it on oh, you punched me, so everything I did to you was okay because it was all justified. Fuck off, Alex. 100%, just fuck off with this. Saying that you're going to hurt an animal by breaking its neck to its owner is really traumatic. You don't joke about that sort of stuff because that's not fair whatsoever. The way that he's been with being abusive and hurting her, how does she not know that he is going to do it? Even if he's going oh, it's a joke. She doesn't know. But just looking at these like it really infuriates me that he's trying to turn it around on her to be like, oh yeah, guess what? It's this. It doesn't work. I had told him to stop saying weird things to the cat. He was joking about taking the cat away, why I wouldn't let someone who told me that they'd break my cat's neck near my cat. This was an argument around mine, so there is no text. He then goes on to say I have punched him in the face over the cat. This is Delulu Island, where on now, because he's trying to grab onto everything he can to create his own story. This didn't happen, and I couldn't tell you where he cooked this up from. This is from an argument where he was being horrible, had the cat in his arms and came up to me making jokes about taking him away. Alex was in my face over me doing this, so I pushed him off me. I mentioned to him that I didn't find it funny, and he carries on. I have the threat messages and the real messages at the time of the event he is trying to manipulate. And again, check out the messages here, and then you've got the messages here. Have a read. And then we got it right there. We're coming to the end of the document, and it has been a while. Thank you for being here. I hope that you're still here. There's just so much stuff, and yeah, it's probably the longest video that I've done. So carry on. There are so many cases where I ended up taking Bear into another room, saying that taking the cat off him is starting an argument when I only did it after he said weird things to him. Acts like a child, had his toys taken away when realistically I was uncomfortable with him being near my cat after saying what he does. These texts are also after the first time he dragged me into an argument, so I'm very much unapologetic. In everything I say and toxic back, you can see how things get worse when I stop caring about my words because I'm constantly drained, daily hearing this abuse in person. It took a toll on me and my mental health. The last story he manipulates is from September in the old flat, where in a heated argument screaming at each other, where he was in my face belittling me for everything I do and have ever done, calling me horrible names. Every insult you could think of came out of his mouth to me. Whore, slag, bitch, nobody. I started crying and he looks at me with a straight face and sighs, calls me boring and laughs. I end up defending myself. I slapped him in the face. This is out of character from me, but he was screaming in my face of abuse. I was backed into a corner, not knowing what to do. This happens when I grab my things and leave the flat and call a friend to tell them everything that has just happened. Alex spams me to come back, and I ended up giving in and going back because I'm scared. So it says, like, hate. Alex goes, hates this. Alice, you hate this. Alex, and hurting each other more. Alice, because it's true. Alex, it isn't going to make it right. Alice, and people are seeing you for you. Alex, and you said you slapped me yesterday. I was dreadful. Alice, yes, I slapped your face one time. Name a girl who hasn't slapped a huge asshole. Alex, I know I was. Alex continues, and I'm ashamed of everything but coming after my life. Alice, that's your defense. My girlfriend slapped me after I abused her. Alex, and my family. I don't know the reason why. For legal reasons and obvious reasons, I won't attach all the evidence I have, but in due time, it may be made public. He has tried to get me to stay quiet online and suggested he would deny all of this happens. If this happens, I will release more undeniable evidence. And that is the portion of the document of 82 pages. If she lashed out, it's with a good enough reason after all the stuff that's happened and that the way he's been with her. I hate violence so much. I really do, but I hate what Alex has done. No one should be doing this, and it shows this internet cunt has tried to break her down so much, but that's not it. Let's look at the video and sound of everything going on. I'm going to put it all in here so it's unedited so you can hear the full context. Because Alex can't get the closure he wants, he will resort in everything to get her to reply. If she had said something there, he would have used it to keep sending loads of messages and everything, more than what he's done. Either way, he won't stop. If it were me, I would have just pressed spacebar and then left it for like an hour and then like deleted it just so he gets wound up, because he deserves it.
Over what? I don't understand, because you ain't got anything to fucking be stuck up over. But for some reason, something isn't good enough for you. You get to do whatever you fucking want all day. It's like, and then you look like a fucking miserable fucking little cunt all the time. Like, your face is annoying to look at, like, when I come downstairs. Like, I'm actually fed up of looking at you. Which is why I sleep downstairs, because I don't want to have to go upstairs and, oh, you're taking all the covers. It's like, fucking woman just, like, fucking asked me to buy another one, or stop fucking complaining. Like, nothing, the thing is, it annoys me, is nothing needs to be an argument, because everything is fixable. Buy a new duvet, I sleep downstairs. But no, you've always got to act like none of this stuff, because you don't actually try and fix any of your fucking problems. Like, it's infuriating at this point. Like earlier, you're miserable about something in the kitchen. All you have to do is say what it is and it's fine. You don't have to, you don't clean up after yourself. Nigga, neither do you. So, we're even. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I don't go around fucking complaining about everything that you don't clean up after. Why? Because you don't talk about it in your fucking little small brain. Of it. So who really fucking cares what you have to say? Like, why does it even fucking matter? If you want to clean up, I'll fucking hire one. It's my money. But this is the thing, even right now, you just ignore all of that. I'm giving you options for everything, you just ignore everything. You're not actually trying to sort out any of these problems. And if you've got a problem with bins, man, why don't you fucking call them? Why does it have to be me? You can fucking call people, you can get it sorted, you can take them out if you want to. But no, because Alice doesn't actually fucking do anything. I'm trying to fucking right now, I'm spending 3 hours fucking every single day trying to figure out where fucking 75,000 fucking pounds has gone. And whether I'm ever going to get it. And then any of my future YouTube revenue. Because the company is holding my channel fucking hostage. So yeah, sorry I forget about to fucking clean the side sometimes. I got bigger fish to fry. And I still have to post.
Go away.
You just don't think about it either.
Go away.
Such a fucking woman.
Go away. So are you. Ironically.
Huh?
So are you.
I tried to stop this like 7 times
Then you could
earlier.
have stopped. It was you. It was all you.
I tried to stop
Go
it.
away.
I did try to
Go
stop
away.
it.
Go away. Just go away.
Infuriating.
Yes.
Like, if you had to do half the shit I had to do, you would understand why loads of stuff doesn't get done. You don't even know the fucking
Go away. Just go away.
You upload one
Go away.
half-assed
Go
video
away.
every 3
Go
weeks.
away.
It does
Go
terribly.
away. Go away. Go away.
Well, I slept up here because you made me. I wanted to sleep downstairs so I could fucking actually wake up on time today.
I didn't make you.
Yes, you did.
No.
You were throwing a fucking fit.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Well, you can stop this right now.
Yes, shut up. You're following me and going on. Fuck off. Please.
First off, going after someone's looks for no reason. I mean, have you actually looked in the mirror, Alex? The use of the N-word as well is fucking disgusting. The way that he belittles her, attacks her, and just gives her attitude. He has no right to ever talk about women on his channel ever again or be in any sort of discussion. You can tell by the distance and the echo in the room, like he would literally walk forward, leave the room, come back, and then keep going. Now, believe me, it sucks that you're not getting your YouTube revenue, but there's nothing that you can do in the meantime. You send an email to the company, they're not going to do anything because they're probably doing other things. So you could easily take time to clean, be a decent human being, and actually be there for your partner rather than you just absolutely belittling her. An email can take a while. You stop being a cunt can be instantly done. But apparently, you're just a disgusting human bag of garbage. Like, I can picture him just walking out the room, doing a U-turn, coming back in, then walking back out and doing a U-turn and coming back. Like, near the end of this video, he's trying to start another argument about the whole, oh, you made me sleep downstairs. It fails because he's trying to start a fight.
Like, massive issues there. And you think you can just fucking ignore them because, like, well, what's the worst that can happen? I don't know. Your boyfriend's a fucking famous internet celebrity and doesn't trust these people because he has to keep his circle small. Because you might not have anything to fucking lose because your life might be down the fucking drain, but I still have quite a lot that I would like to fucking give. You're making it incredibly fucking hard for me. Just like Lewis did.
Yeah.
I fucking hate all of you. You guys are fucking like I can't make any videos of Paul Breach.
Whoa there, Alex. When I think of internet celebrities, I think of other people, but you are not one of them. You've done so much shit in the past that when I think on how someone's big on the internet, then you are not the first person that comes to mind. The way that he speaks in this makes me wonder what he thinks about other people and what does he have to say to people that he's just met. The way that you speak to Alice, to me, screams, you are so fucking insecure. And also, why can't you make a video on Paul Breach? Have you got something to hide there, Alex?
What judging mental is, I think I may have said like 100 times to the point where it's actually really hard to follow what I'm saying because it's so flexible. I've gone, you could do this, but you might be able to do that, but you might be able to do that, and you might be able to do this, and this might work, but you might be able to do that. And it sounds fucking mental. I don't even understand how you could possibly actually follow along to it. Like most of my friends struggle to actually understand what I'm saying. But that's why I'm a professional and you're all not. And then when you go, I don't like this, it's a
Now, this one confused me a little because he's saying he's a pro at talking quickly. Like, are you flexing about this? If no one can understanding you, then do you need to figure out a way that no one can understand you? If you mean your content, then checking out some of the last couple of videos that you've done is just reacting to clip. I mean, if you were a pro at this, you would be making other content.
Thing about you, and this is the thing, and this is why I fucking go round and round in circles. I join call, and when you're talking to me, going, this is the thing, even though now, when it's too fucking late, you admit that you did everything fucking wrong. But when it actually matters, when you should lay down like a good fucking dog, you don't fucking do it. You fight for some reason. I don't know why you fight, because you're losing, because you end up admitting that you fucked it all up anyway. So it's just fucking weird. And I know that you're going to end up admitting that you fucked it all up, which is why it's
You are an absolute garbage cunt, Alex. You are a nasty piece of work. Why the fuck are you on cam? You are a horrible, slimy piece of shit for saying this. You want someone you can boss around. You wanted someone so submissive you could walk all over them, prop smack them around from what's been all alleged so far in this entire 82-page document. How could you speak to someone like this? Like, really? Even if the entire document was fake, hearing this and the next video shows what a horrible trash human you are, you disgusting freak.
sorry first.
So I'm a fucking whore mouth bitch retard cunt.
Is it generally because you're just fucking brain dead?
Yeah, I'm very brain dead, yeah.
Is that why you decided to go on the fucking offensive instead of the
Didn't go on the
maybe?
offensive.
Okay. I don't know what to call what you did. It was weird. It's always weird. You always take the fucking weird route. Just do the normal route, which is just do the normal route, but a normal girlfriend
You're
would do.
acting
And
like
go,
this is
I didn't
all
mean
just
it.
me, and that's something you really need to fucking fix.
I'm gonna fucking bash your fucking head against the wall with a brick if you don't shut the fuck up. Because this one, genuinely, this one, you fucked this, royally fucked this.
You vile piece of trash, Alex. You fucking vile worm. You looked at the camera like it's an oh no, or you were going to pretend like it's a YouTube video or something like a gotcha moment. You really don't like it when someone stands up against you or has something to say, do you? I bet you'll like this with a lot of people, to be honest. Like, you really can't stand it. The way you would say that to your partner, you have literally said you want to kill them or at least cause them harm. You're a pathetic cunt, Alex.
Sorry, my phone cut off. It wasn't acceptable behaviour, like in any way, shape or form. It was insane. Like, I guess I've just been stuck in that cycle for so long that I felt like I could do no wrong. I felt like I was the fucking, oh, look at me, I do all this fucking work and I do everything and I try and do this and, just nobody's appreciative and, I know you appreciated it and I know that you appreciated the effort that I used to put in. And then I just stopped because I had you and you're my girlfriend and we lived together, and the more further we got through our relationship, the less effort I put in. And if it wasn't for you leaving, I might never, ever have changed my ways. I might have just continued on like that. At the end of the day, the only thing that's important is that I didn't listen to you. You were right. It's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. I was impossible to work with. I didn't make it easy. I constantly thought inwards about myself and not about you and what was going on. I didn't make any attempts to change. I didn't make any attempts to fix my life. I made excuses. And it got to the point where I wanted to be alone, because if I was alone, nobody could tell me that I was fucking up and that I was doing anything wrong. And for the first week that you weren't here, I just spent the entire week doing nothing. And after that week, I realised just kind of like how fucked up my life was, and I have made attempts to try and fix it. I have a schedule, I take out the bins, I look after the cats. I'm like a functioning person. I go out for my bike ride. I've been sorting out my doctor's appointment, even though it's bloody hard in the middle of fucking nowhere. I am just like so frustrated because I've been doing all of that, but then I've been getting on with you, and instead of like apologizing, I've been trying to just be like, oh no, look, I'm good now. Like, I'm perfectly fine now. I'm like a person. Everything's great. And I realise that must come across as like so dismissive to you. Or also like, why is he doing that stuff now? Why is he being like this now? Why couldn't it have been like this back then? And then you get upset or angry, which is fine and understandable. Or I do something to upset and anger you, like following some fucking idiot on Twitter or Instagram, some woman. And, you must think like, this guy's like, he's just a fucking cunt. And he's being a cunt, and he's not stopping being a cunt, and he's not going to apologise for what I did, and he's not going to try and make it work with me. He just kind of wants me to be here. He doesn't want to lose me. I was trying to be like too cool and nonchalant at points, and then I would let it slip how uncool and how not well I was taking everything, and by that I mean my behaviour. I haven't been lashing out at you because of the fact that you left me. I've been lashing out at you because of the fact that I didn't fix my stuff. And I think what's worse, I'm being completely honest here, because I don't want to leave anything off the table at this point, is that, like, I generally had a conversation, like, with my friends a few months ago just about, like, how much I feel like, I've just, like, I don't feel good about myself, and I hadn't, and I would wake up a lot of the times when I was with you, and I'd think, I knew that I, like, didn't deserve to still be with you, and instead of fixing it, I was just like, I've already fucked it anyway. I became worse. Like, I sabotaged it. And it was intentional, because I knew that I was being shitty. And I just thought, it's already too late. And it's really fucking piss poor. Obviously, it wasn't as clean cut as that. A lot of this stuff has been really complicated to work out, because I blow hot and cold. You've seen me. I'm apologising 1 minute, shouting the next. angry one minute, please come here, hold me. You know, it's like I just feel like I've been really battling through this very weird thing. Also, you know, with issues we'd have, you did this. Oh, wait, no, I see you didn't. It's okay, don't worry about it, forget about it. But it doesn't matter. I opened up a wound, and it scars, and the scar is always there. Just because I feel okay about it now doesn't mean that you did. And when I used to say stuff about, like, why can't we just move on? It's because I felt like I felt like I was comfortable. And I didn't make the effort to see if you were. And if you weren't, because I was, I didn't understand why you couldn't be. Now, I don't really know what that is. But I know that it's wrong. And I know that I knew of it. And to be honest, I thought that at a certain point, when I was sleeping on the sofa and stuff, I convinced myself that that's what you wanted. You obviously didn't. So I'm not saying you wanted it and I did it. As in, I convinced myself because I was making an excuse for myself. Not as in, I was doing it for you. I don't mean if I say anything along those lines, that's not how I mean it. I wasn't doing it for you, I was doing it for me. It was easier to avoid you. I wasn't putting the effort in. Because you obviously had said, like you have on this, like, give me time to come back, talk properly, apologise. I need time to process stuff. And I wasn't doing it. And then I started doing it almost like out of spite. Like, I started doing it being like, oh, yeah, well, I'm sleeping on the sofa now. Isn't this what you wanted? Isn't this what you wanted me to go away? Because I'm such a fuck up? It was like self-pitying, self-absorbed bullshit. And, yeah, it's just really, like, fucked up thing to do to you at the end of the relationship. So I know why you left, because at that point, there was, like, no love. At least I wasn't showing it anyway. A kiss when you're playing League probably was more annoying than anything, because you know I was probably doing it to avoid our problems. You know, I got too reliant on you putting me in my place and then you forgiving me. Like, it just became a cycle. I allowed you to be the fixer-upper of our relationship, and it wasn't right, you know? And then I made everything worse. There's so much more that I could go into detail about and talk about. I don't know. Really, like, there's a lot. It's sometimes, like, hard to keep on track, and, you know, but I feel like, right, like, you know, that's something that I wanted to say on top of everything. I just want to make it really clear that, like, it's, like, it was me. And anything that I said before in any argument, I have looked back at all of them. I went back and read them. I read old iMessages from us from the beginning of the last year. I could see how I caused everything. Jealous about you playing games with your friends because I wanted you to dedicate your life to me. You know, not in a fucking weird way. I just, like, I wanted to run off into the sunset with you. I was madly in love. But probably, you know, I had, oh, fuck, my toe. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ow, fucking hell. I was madly in love, and, I wanted to just fucking keep you as my own. I don't want anybody else to have your time or anything. And, yeah, it's fucked up because, like, now I understand it. Like, when I started playing games with my mates, I didn't have... At the time, I was just working. Like, I was jealous of what you had, and I wanted to be involved because my friends had stopped playing games ages ago. Like, it didn't really talk. Like, everybody had moved away. Like, at the time we met, the only thing I had going was making YouTube videos and you. And, you know, that's why for the first, like, 3-4 months, like, I was just, like, constantly obsessed. And then I did try to make it more healthy. That's why I started playing games with my friends. But even then, like, I started to do that at the point where I should have been giving you more attention. Like, I was doing everything in the wrong order. And for the wrong reasons. And I am deeply sorry for that. And I just wanted to make that clear that I can see every single direction where I went wrong. And obviously there's more stuff that upset you. You know, and, you know, my behaviour recently, like, after that, you know, that's just a horrible misplace of my own ego. Like, I have wanted you to run back to me, and I wanted you to, you know, be forgiving. I wanted you to just kind of go, yeah, that's good enough, Alex, you've tried, or we'll work on it. And you did do that. It's the worst part, is you did do that. And at the time, I wanted so much more. I was like so desperate for you to just like fucking come back home. That anything else that wasn't that just made me so frustrated, because, you know, I felt like it was slipping away. But not just that, I felt like you know, I even said to you, like, I'm worried that I haven't got to a place. I was still being vicious and lashing out at you and being angry. But I was like using it as like an excuse to fucking do it. Being like, look, I might do it. It was like, it was blackmail. Like, I was being like, you should call me, because if you don't call me, you're going to lose the apology, and I'm going to be all angry. And it's because I couldn't control my emotions at all. And I wasn't trying to. I wanted to. I felt like anytime you pulled away, I wanted to just burn everything down. That was just where my brain went to. Just fuck everything. Yeah, obviously, I'm not at that place anymore. But I was for like 4 fucking months, so that's way too long. Obviously, there are points where I was doing better, but I wanted you to move at my pace. And obviously, I was sprinting because I did know the damage I'd done. So I was trying to push you too fast and further than you wanted by showering you in gifts and sending you messages and trying to call you and being like, let's meet up and all of that. I should have done it all in the first week. I'm really deeply sorry that it took me this long to really reflect properly on everything. I was still victimizing myself, and it was wrong of me, and I should not have made that even more of an issue for you. Just really I really wasn't responsible. I wasn't being responsible, I mean. Because I was responsible, but I wasn't being responsible for your feelings. And, you know, I can't believe that I was, how I was thinking. I'm sorry that this is super long on top of everything I've already sent you. I'll cut it here and wait for you to respond, and then, maybe I'll send more or whatever. I just want you to know that it's not your fault. And it wasn't your responsibility to fix me. And it wasn't your responsibility. Like, I only came to this conclusion because I had to do it myself. Like, I had to go through this to get to this point, to figure this out. You didn't have to. You don't have to be a part of this. You don't have to have this happen. I should have done this at my own time, on my own accord. But I chose to bury my issues before fixing them. But it's not you. It's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. Like, you're not responsible for this. You're not responsible for what happened. You tried your best. It's nothing to do with you. It's not because there's something wrong with you. It's not because you're lesser or because you have issues. It's not because of that. Like, you were fine. It's not because of you. It's nothing to do with you. You were so open with me about so many things. I knew how you felt about all the stuff that I used to make excuses as to why I was feeling that way. Sorry. Like, I knew how you felt about everything. We spoke about everything. We covered everything. We buried everything. We'd have conversations about everything. It took me to meet your friends to stop being a fucking bitch about them. That's not acceptable. You shouldn't have been a bitch about them in the first place. They were lovely people. I trusted them. Obviously, the recent stuff was kind of sucks, but that wasn't your fault. And, you did actually tell me, and you were upfront and honest about it, which is more than I could say for how I've been. And instead, I used that to call you a liar. So I understand why you, I understand it's my fault why we have a lot of all of the issues. Sorry, not a lot. I'm not trying to let myself get off the hook. All of them. And with work and stuff, I know that you were just trying to enjoy it. And I was making it unenjoyable for you because I wasn't having fun. So I believed that everybody else shouldn't have fun and that you shouldn't have fun. And that I convinced myself that life is miserable and life is fucking putting up with stuff. And, I just remember moments with you where I was my happiest and, sat in your bedroom, just me and you, just lying there together. And, it should have been that all the time. And when we got bare, or you got bare, sorry, still doing it, just how happy I was for you, because I thought it would help you heal. But I was right there just making stuff worse. I made them, even your relationship with the cat, like, I was upsetting you. And because I was being selfish and being like, why doesn't she, I was like, why doesn't she want to share the cat with me? And it's because of the way that I was acting. And I knew that, by the way, it's not, I didn't just figure that out. Like, I knew that back then. I was like, of course she's going to take the cat away from me. I'm being a dick. Why would she want a cat near me? She doesn't want the cat to be attached to me because she probably wants to leave. And I felt that at the time, and instead of doing anything about it, I just fucking moped and sulked like a fucking child. I'm sorry for getting emotional. I'm just really angry at myself. Because you were the best. And I was the fucking... Oh, God. But you were... And even all the way back to when you said that stuff about the bipolar disorder. And I was mean. I read that text the other day. And I'm so angry. Like, why was I like that to you? I know what I meant at the time, but I was making it about me. And you said that, you knew that. And I did apologise back then. But I didn't change any behaviour. Like, I saw you say that and I thought, that's an excuse for why she doesn't text me. That's an excuse for why she doesn't want to talk to me. Because I was down your throat. And in reality, you were just trying to say it's not my fault and I'm doing my best. But instead I thought you were using it because I so convinced myself that like, you were out of my league and that I didn't deserve you. And also that I was going to fuck it up. I'd convinced myself that you were always looking for a way out. When in reality, you just wanted me to be normal. You didn't want my money. You didn't want anything from me, apart from me to just be what I could be all the time. And I'm so sorry, Alice. I'm so sorry. I let you down. And, I don't deserve to be forgiven. I don't deserve anything. I should be held accountable for my mistakes. To you, it was wrong. And I'm sorry, but it's taken you to do everything in your power to really make me understand it. I really held on to the last minute to not do this. Like, I tried my best to avoid this. And I don't know why, because if I'd have done it, if I'd have actually just truly been like, I fucking suck, I just didn't want to admit it, because honestly, I had convinced myself that my ego was the only thing that was keeping me going. I'd convinced myself it was the only reason I was working. I'd convinced myself it was the only reason why I could get anything done. And that if I didn't have my ego, then I wouldn't be able to work, and I'd give up on everything, and I'd quit. And then, I'd give up on life, and I'd just be this fucking mopey loser. When in reality, I think if I'd have just given up on everything, I would have been happy with you. But instead, I convinced myself that this fucking terrible behaviour was powering me like a fucking machine. And I told myself that without it, I would not be able to work and make myself do stuff, because I beat myself up all the time to work. I don't do it for fun. I wasn't doing anything out of enjoyment. I was doing it like, I've got to fucking do this. If I don't do this, I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to fuck stuff up. Nobody's going to want to be around me. Nobody's going to be friends with me. But in the process, I was just pushing you away. And like you said it the other day, that you'd rather have nothing and be happy than have everything and be miserable. And, I would do anything in the world to have absolutely nothing right now apart from you. I would trade all of this, everything here, because it's worth nothing. It's not worth fucking anything. It's just built on being miserable. You were the only thing I had that I actually enjoyed. And I convinced myself that somehow that loads of it was fake and wrong. And I used it to hurt you. I'm going to leave this here. I don't know what you'll have to say. And I understand, really, whatever happens. Like, I'm not going to hold anything against you. Like, it's not your fault. I don't hold any of it against you. I don't hold anything. I understand. Like, I do. And I'm sorry for crying. I just, when I start, I don't open up ever, because I have kind of shut all of this stuff down for so long. Like, I hadn't cried in forever. The only time I ever cried is when I apologised to you, and that was because I realised kind of how much I'd fucked stuff up. And, seeing you hurt is just the worst. I don't want that. I don't want to see you hurting. I want that less than anything in the world. And I'm sorry for putting you through so much.
Most of this is him trying to get back in her good books. Some of this is trying to be like, oh, I'm a normal person. Around the 5-minute mark, he goes off and says he didn't want to fix it. The amount of abuse, the videos show that you have never changed, nor did you want to change. I can understand about self-sabotage, but when you see how you speak to your partner, that's not self-sabotage. this is your true colors coming through. You thought you could get away with it and no one would see this. Well, Alex, the entire world has seen it now. 9 minutes in, you say that you wanted her to dedicate her life to you. So saying that you wanted her to be hand and foot on you, does this mean that you didn't want her to have her own life, her own hobbies, that you wanted to control everything? And around about 9:30, again, more control. This is the way that you felt. Why did you call her all this stuff? You wouldn't have messaged the most vile things. You wouldn't have said that you wanted to bash her head in against the wall with a brick. You didn't give a shit, Alex. You didn't give a tiny fuck about this. Around 9:53, she goes into more about how he wanted to play games with her and that no one would play games with him and he felt lonely. But didn't you say that you hated all her friends or people she knew? You know what you could have done about all of this? You could have gone out and made some more friends. You could have made friends with people who don't know that you're an internet sensation and actually played games. Hell, you could have joined any lobby to play games with. So far in this voice note, it's all pity and manipulation to get her to come back to you. You can hear this fake crying in his voice and you can hear his tone, but why would you contradict yourself? You have no friends and then you did. In around about 11:56, why try and blackmail her into her not calling you? That is super fucked up. Alex, at the end of the day, you have to show you actually care and actually not call people names or degrade them and then say you want to hurt them. Around about 22 minutes and 50 seconds, he said that he would trade it all in. He would give it all up. But we all know that he would never do this. His channel is way too important for him. His channel is by far the biggest thing. So he would never give it up. If she said, okay, prove it, delete everything, he'd be like, no, that's how I make my money. But then he wouldn't go out and support her or get another job or do something else. No, he would just be like, oh, I'm not doing this, and then call her a cunt. We're now at the end of the video. This video is long enough, and you've probably had enough of Alex as much as I have, and maybe hearing my voice. For me personally, reading everything in his text and listening to him speak, I know he's not a nice person. His actions are fucking vile. The way that he has threatened Alice is horrible. The guy has always been a creep. He will never learn and he will always lie. This is going to be a multi-part video. There is always something new coming out, and I wanted this one to be the first one because this has everything. So again, if you've made it to this part of the video, I'm giving you a clap. That is amazing. Again, all of this is allegations. We've got to hear Alex's side. I am very interested now to hear about this. So my question is, what do you think about all of this? Thank you for listening and watching. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe because I am going to need it. It will definitely help me boost to make more videos like this. And again, there's probably some big ones coming out. Anyway, thank you very much for listening and watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.